And he is Tom Price, and he is head of the Republican Study Committee, and he is from the state of Georgia. Mr. Price, the president is attending your House Republican retreat this coming Friday in Baltimore. What do you think about that? What do you want to talk to him about?
Well, I think what we'd like to say is let's let the deed match the words. We heard a lot of lofty rhetoric once again this evening. What we'd like to do is see that the action matches the words that he delivers. For example, he's talked about how C-SPAN ought to be covering the deliberations on the health care bill. As you know, C-SPAN, you weren't allowed in that room. In fact, we weren't allowed in that room. So a lot of wonderful rhetoric tonight, as always, in the State of the Union, but it's time to get to work. And what we hope the president will promote is actual, true bipartisan activity together so that we can solve the challenges that we face, which are significant.
Do you think the president was correct in calling out Republicans to help with the leadership issues?
I think the whole notion of an arrogant tone that comes across over and over and over is probably more destructive to the process than not. What we need to be doing is working together. That's what the American people want. They don't care whether the solutions come from the Republican side or the Democrat side. They want solutions. And the problem that we have seen this last year is that the solutions don't match the challenges. The American people have recognized that the solutions that this administration and the leadership in Congress have put forward are not the solutions that they want to embrace. What I was hoping I would hear tonight is a recognition of that fact by the president. In fact, what I think we heard was a doubling down on the policies that he has promoted. The national energy tax, a health care bill that the American people don't want, more stimulus that doesn't stimulate anything other than larger government, more bailouts. That's what he promoted this evening, and I don't think that's what the American people want.
Very quickly, tell us about the Republican Study Committee and speak to the issue of federal spending.
Yeah, the Republican Study Committee is the largest caucus in the House of Representatives, 116 members strong group of House Republicans, self-identified conservatives who are interested in smaller government, lower taxes, and greater individual liberty. In terms of spending, we strongly support a significant decrease in federal government spending, and a real decrease, not a freeze at a bloated level, which is what the president has supported. We believe that you ought to get what we call a penny on the dollar. You ought to be able to decrease spending 1 cent out of every single federal department, 1 cent out of every dollar a year for the next 10 years.
Military spending.
Non-defense discretionary spending. 1 cent out of every dollar every year for the next 10 years. That, in fact, would get you on a road to balancing the budget.
Congressman Tom Price, head of the Republican Study Committee and a resident of Georgia.